of North America. And on the flip side, KC is so familiar with Crew's split game. Not only that, this is a standard split comp. Michaela, I'm looking straight at this player because on Haven, on this guy, she was so deadly with her utility. So on the attack side for Crew, you can see they are grouped towards this B main. There was a lot of trap plays that we saw the first time around when Crew were coming. A Sage Slow combined with Dodd's Paint Shell provided Crew so many opening picks. You can see they were trying to pop through. And yeah, these pistol rounds, Lauren, I'm fully expecting just a grouped up swarm kind of factor. And Crew, they need to be loose and they need to have a hot start.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? Where does that momentum begin? That start that they want. Good paranoia to stall, and again, seeing Teo here, I'm going to have to keep my mind a little fresh on how he plays out in this, because it does provide stall, and that's the pop on the flash. It's just brilliant for KC. Reacting perfectly on the scale up towards the site, and now the predicted catch on that mid pressure. Monch can get one, but a second found. But overall, KC very prepared then. Very prepared indeed, and you know, when you look at the composition coming out from KC, they have so much stalling power, so much utility. Those missiles coming out from Glace to Tejo, the Crew, they're gonna have to not be hesitant like they were here. Either explode and full commit to it, or draw it out and default. But a little bit of hesitation on the pistol round, that's not what you want to see from Crew's side of things. You can see the idea, what they wanted to do. Yeah, the concepts there.
Yeah, place that stage wall, slice the pie, cut off one of those lines, and really scale through. But something stopped Dodds, and that something was KC's utility.
And this has been a conversation we've had on a couple of times. There's already actually GX doing really well here. Comfortable to set a bit of an established approach towards that B main side. But Crew have got sheriffs, and they've got 2 kills. So GX has to sit back. Still has a paranoia in case there's further pressure. Didn't need to pull the cord yet. 2 flashes still with Michaela as well, so utility on both sides to play with. Safia doesn't like this, right? Going to try and slip through middle. Going to get themselves posted over towards that mailroom side, but this is going to be towards A. It's a deeper position for Glance, though. Pushed up a little further. Utility, I don't want to say limited, but down towards the end of things. Going to need 2 here, and with those 2 flashes, a close flash gets out of it just about, but only barely to maybe do a touch of damage. But this is great from Crew. Working together as a pack. Plant should be on next. Don't think much can deny that.
Good utility from Michaela, and you love the repositioning from her as well. Just slowly getting up and close and personal to the screens. You can see Biazik trying to create a crossfire with her, and Monch with that checkmate lurk up A heaven. This is such an optimal position for Crew.
No, Crew are doing everything right here. Can you isolate any of these? It's a great start from GX. 3rd in the round, but they need to get going. That wrap now noticed. That tag coming in from heaven. A smoke still for the site, but it's tucked in the corner. A predictable spam, potentially. The defuse started. GX isn't moving down low, but at least got towards half. Zafia playing in the smoke. Time running low. You got to hold this down. Great push in. And they're already on their feet, giving it back to the crowd.
Every single bullet was missing through that smoke, but one Sheriff Stray just catches the diffuser, and I gotta see how close that bar was, because things got so
really close, it felt like, right?
Yeah, and you know, we talked about those opening picks from Crew. They were just gifted 2 sheriffs to start with, and KC, they're gonna have to do a lot better than that, because that's exactly what a comp like Crew want, right? Double heals, the Sky and the Sage. They want to get scrappy. They want to find those opening picks.
Well, Mascard thrifty, turning round 2.
Oh, man.
Little headshot, but ain't going to do much now. This is Crew taking back control. And again, Monch, love that. Already kind of setting an expected capability. High-level play from them throughout this tournament so far. And a bit of a wake-up call for KC, I'm sure. Right, it's, okay, we can't go too far. Keep in mind, GX got some big starts in that round too, and it still fell apart. So a quick wake-up call. I guess better to find out early than late, as the previous series kind of ran to. But a Frenzy, a Sheriff, and just a classic. And it looks like Crew don't want to take too many chances. Regrouping towards B main. And KC. Oh, the timing is outrageous. GX on the Frenzy. I mean, you couldn't predict that better.
They were playing so disciplined as well. It's unlucky for the side of Crew. They should be fine, though. A little bit of hesitation. They don't want to just run into this stack. And I was just saying that Crew were doing a fantastic job defaulting and getting this B main control, but at least for the side of KC, they're aware of it, right? This will be the third time they've seen this Sage Slow Orb plus the Pain Shell in combination, so they should be talking about that. But right now, Sophia, she's all on her lonesome.
Yeah, getting one would be great. That's kind of your chance. The door shuts quickly. Both GX and Glance going to work their way over, but this should be a sewn-up affair. Again, you're looking at 4 players fully rifled up. Already got the res as well on Bierzik, so you've got pretty much everything you could hope for. Obviously, for KC, they'd love to do a bit more chip. They'd love to get a little bit of a bonus. At worst, give it up to the spike if that's the case. So, by all rights, I think what you were saying though about that B main awareness, I like seeing that competence early. So there you go. GX gets found. This is good stuff from Crew. Kind of crossing the T's, dotting the I's. And I'm always scared I get that sentence wrong. Crossing the I's, dotting the T's.
Same.
I pause every single time. But
That's
genuinely,
a tricky one.
Yeah, no, it catches me. I've never messed it up, but I'm terrified every time. But again, this is good signs from KC, even in a round lost. It's like, okay, they know what they want to do with this. They've kind of once again almost proof of concepted it in that round by rechecking towards B main. So far, so good. Good to see that hesitation not really come through for Crew too badly, right? It didn't cost them too much. Able to keep the consideration and the approach in the right place.
And I'm looking to see exactly how Crew handle getting gifted such an early Sage res. It's not the best ultimate in the world, but it definitely allows your players to get nice and loose. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an explosive opening here coming through for Dodds. You can expect a double satchel opening. I mean, with the Sky in your comp, you really give yourself those opportunities to be explosive and open quick.
Yeah, but with Alkia here, and then you've got the Teo as well in combination with Glance, it feels like there's a chance for some good stall and rotation.
Dodds
coming in, but a deep position from Dodds, fully blind though. Kinnear saving them. Surely just tucked a little bit deeper on Ramso, unaffected by the flash, able to just work out that problem. Still one isolated on the site, cleared. Crew looking lethal. Christine, they just powerhouse that site.
It's simple, it's just straightforward, and you got to love it. I mean, Bierzik was hot on Dodds' heel. Konir there as well, just a 1-2 punch. One of those players were anti-flash, and you saw the idea coming from Oncelia. That bird ping, she wanted to 1-2 punch them back, but those protocols, those I's being dotted and those T's being crossed, Lauren. That's the side of Crew.
Crazy you went for that. After I bared my soul to you, man. That's crazy. But no, you're right. And those protocols, again, you could look at Crew and maybe look at Dodds or look at maybe Kinnear or Monch, these explosive players, super exciting, but the protocols are there. They're still doing the basics and they're doing it really well. Even on that fast ramp approach, dealing with that flash coming through from vents, really nice. For GX, just trying to keep hold of the Vandal, really. That's about all they're going to get in this. 2 will be remaining. But for Crew, great building blocks. 3 rounds, well fought for, and very well played. These are ticks in the box for me.
Yeah, and if you're KC, you've got to be talking to each other about a buddy system. I mean, look at this kill from Konir, just completely ready and aware, just ready to punish and fill those gaps. So for KC, they've got to be coordinating a buddy system. They've got this Waylay in Alkia. It's up to the players of KC to set her up to be able to flood and actually capitalize off this Waylay being in this comp.
Oh, because we've seen the best of Alkia as well. She's an incredible talent, very explosive, very mechanically gifted. Have to see if it comes online here, because the same can be said for Dodds as well. Not the most brilliant of beginnings, but the rest of the team there already picking up that slack, and it's very early doors. And there we go. Speaking of mechanical brilliance, lovely shot on the first, and the chip damage is in effect, and taking away Bierzik removes the res, obviously, and that heal. Still going to have it with Sky, but at this point, GX took that TP over. Monch seems completely unaware. Where was the heads-up work from that, Michaela? Quick swing, though, so Plant's back on track, but I get a little bit worried at that point then.
Yeah, things are getting dicey. I mean, Alkia is hot on ready with this flank. Being patient, but Dodds just ready on the trigger. And this crossfire now between Konir and Dodds is going to be deadly. That's a good stun.
Yeah, well set up. Safia going to try and be working off of Glance's utility to get in towards Pillar. Kinnear playing on the other side of the smoke, though. Hard position to break, and it's unbreakable. Just 2 of them alive, but that's fine. It's what they need. They've got ults coming online. They've got everything they'd want. Crew are looking comfortable.
And cool, calm, collected is Konir, one of the veterans of this squad, just making that look easy. And that's what you love to see from your Omen, just quickly realizing you could just drop a smoke at your feet, cut off that choke, and just hard hold that smoke. Things got dicey on that low buy for KC. That's what you want to be able to warm up back into this defense-sided map. For KC, you can see they're changing things up just slightly. Just going to leave GX to her own devices, kind of bait out this utility towards this B main. They don't want to contest it anymore. And a slower round for Crew this time. They are so used to these last 6 rounds, finding those opening kills with that sort of aggression with the comboed plays, but just holding back.
And it's a deep exploration towards B main. You could see that kind of further fact-finding there. A postured up player towards that A push out too. And it's Alkia. There's the reward for that slightly braver play. Pop flash. Zafia wants in, finds it. Follow-up! Good shots, great spacing. That's better from KC, suiting that slower tempo. Crew, let the foot off the gas, and KC are right back in it.
And power in numbers, so together there is KC. And what a beautiful flash coming out from Onsili. I mean, both the guys on both these rosters have been throwing out perfect utility, and it all starts with this. I mean, all Kia, that's beautiful crosshair placement. And Monch, I'm not sure what the comms were coming through in mid. I don't know why Monch took that timing in that exact moment that she did, but for Crew, they want to distract just slightly a little bit more towards mid. Either way, though, Crew, this makes things interesting. Look at all these ultimates online, on board. Oh,
I'm seeing an admin.
I see it too.
It's got to be a headset, right? It's got to be an audio. We're going to give it a second here. I'll get this one hopefully fixed up. And also, obviously, they can't talk tactics, right? That's not the way the game works out here. But for Crew, they do have the full hand of ults.
Yes.
So obviously they can't discuss it in this moment, but you'll be thinking it, right? You're sitting there kind of dwelling on it for a second. Okay, we can kind of bring out this full hand. And they still have a very good buy as well. Financially sitting in a very good spot, still fully able to purchase here. So no issues on that front. It was just that little bit of a different tempo they were playing with, right? They kind of didn't fight for the extremities that time, went for that later mid approach, which was handled very well by KC. So I wonder what the go back is now from Crew. They have a couple of rounds to play with. Again, they don't have to be too worried about that. So looking like hopefully this is getting resolved. It's all smiles, so that's not too bad. I worry when I see headsets off. That's when my fear comes in.
Same. The admins have definitely been a little more relaxed though across the board this year. I feel like, which is nice because during these tech pauses last year, we weren't allowed to say a word. You would get fined if you say a word. Like hawks.
Yeah, so I think this should hopefully be fixed up soon enough. Just going to do those final checks. Again, quick reminder, it is an elimination game, right? So you don't want to have those little errors, those little things going through your mind. You want to make sure everything's kind of in the right place. So checking that one out now, and hopefully that comes through nice and fast. And for KC, this isn't a map we've seen much of them on, but obviously they've got plenty of tape of Crew here, so they can kind of come in with maybe some expectations. They don't look uncomfortable. I'd love to see Alkia more activated. We saw that kind of first time taking that space over towards A side, posturing up for a little bit of a deeper fight. That worked out very well. Actually, the first kill to get Alkia on the board. So it'll be interesting to see if KC can now activate some of their individuals here. Having Glance quiet and Alkia quiet removes some of the bigger pieces of their puzzle.
100%, especially considering how deadly Alkia looked, especially on that Jet. So still looking to see that sort of same player comfort on that agent, on this new agent in Waylay for Alkia's side of things. And we mentioned it before, Lauren, 5 ultimates online on the board for Crew. This was a long pause. Sometimes after pauses like these, even if it's a tech pause, a little overthinking might happen.
Sure.
You start to get iced out. You start to over Band-Aid and over problem solve. We'll see how simple Crew keep it because they've got every win condition at their disposal.
But there's 3 players on this B site ready, and there's the investments, ults galore, and they find very little actually. That did not look planned, and maybe you were spot on with this. Overcorrecting, overthinking. Counterseek is going to come through and confirm it's majority B side. Nothing going down mid, nothing going towards A. So they can keep this pack of players. A lot of faith in GX on that solo effort towards B, but because of this, right? The 3-play stack down middle. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a brawl. And KC coming out on top. They don't need to stick around. They can peel away.
Oh, that momentum swing coming through. Biazik at least has the Sage res available, and you can see that crew, they want to reaggress and clear mid before they actually res through. This should make things a 4v4 and another missile coming through for Glance. And Glance's Taeho missiles, her utility is what stuffed Crew's hit and made Dodd's showstopper not get any value in this round. Glance's Taeho drone doesn't spot anyone, but this immediate dog after will give the sound cues and all the information that KC are looking for in this round.
Zafia is going to be on an island if they went towards A. They're not. They're looking to go through heaven. It's still where the vast majority of the pack of KC reside. They're still on site here. Oh. KC coming online. It's Glance again. A quiet beginning and a very loud end to the round. GX gets the job done. KC prepared. And that was meant to be the full hand. 3 big ults from Crew and they find nothing.
That feels bad for Crew. I mean, and you saw the ideas, right? Dodds was so explosive to start, but Glance, she had the counter ready. Not only does she have the missile, but that drone, timinged right, can really put a spanner in the works. And man, for Crew, I think a pause should be on the table here pretty soon, because they got to catch their breath.
That worries you.
4-0, yeah.
Coach Potter starting to kick into gear, calling for timeouts, and I actually don't blame you. Seeing that little shift there, as Alkia now on a different line, deeper line, seeing that versatility. That's scary for Crew. Gonna have to learn on the fly how to deal with this one. And this purchase is going to be lacking in some areas, right? Light shields.
Dots?
I think GX knows it, though. Yeah, GX is very aware someone could have slipped that smoke, but still gets outdone. Good trade from Glance, who's keeping this one together. Monch has slipped the net, but can Michaela get out? She can. Okay, so can make it towards A. It kind of goes in towards what Monch can do with 5 HP.
Yeah, but she has the Viper's Pit, and Michaela's on the way with the heal. This should allow Crew to set up in a deadly post plant, but look at the ults coming out. Alkia and Glance. If Crew stay inside this Viper's Pit, it is going to be hell.
Yeah, I almost want them to try and play a little ahead of it. And here we go. You can see that utility being poured on in. Where do you run and where do you hide? It's going to clear through the site, and Michaela's going to find Glance. Hold on. They're holding on to this one. Alkia now with it all to do. Nice adjustment from Monch, slipping towards that CT side. Good work from Michaela. Pop flash out. The ult takes a fight and can dip back in, buying precious time. And Alkia's finding nothing here, getting no play, getting no options. I think she's turning tail and getting out of there. Very well done by Crew. I thought the odds were completely against them then.
It looked that way. It certainly did. I'm not sure what happened with Alkia and Glance there, because you saw a beautiful combination of ultimates completely isolating both members of Crew. But Glance was all on her lonesome. She dived into the site, but I think Alkia heard something or a miscomm came through. They were very separated in that 2 versus 2 retake. Unfortunate for them, but I mean, Crew, they were always ready in that post.
Yeah, and looking back at the start of things, I mean, kind of from this point, you thought, okay, all looking good, Monch barely alive, but doing serious work on that isolated effort on the A side. Again, so many moments in this round feeling like Crew had that, or excuse me, KC had that upper hand, but still flipping as the buy looking a little bit shaky now back for KC. They're the ones suffering, and a pacey piece coming out from Dodds. Quick up towards ramp. But a deeper, more committed fight from KC. That is not one player. That's going to be 2 hurt here. There is even a third. Zafia wants in. And they're sticking on this one. Zafia digging deeper, taking the fight towards Dodds. And now they've got to try and maybe reset a little bit deeper. They don't need to stay around too close on this, but Crew looks like they want in here.
Very committed as Crew. All 4 members, all 5 members started the round towards this A. They feel like they've got to get an equalizer, or at the very least, push back the defenders and gain control of this A heaven, but KC, they don't want to give it up.
And I like this kind of willingness to refight, go back in, Glance.
Oh, Konir!
That's twice now Konir on ramp has been instrumental in Crew keeping this in their favor. But Zafia is still on this side. They should know she was around. There's the awareness, but still a great shot. Spike now noted, rotation should be on the way. Alkia, that operator coming through. And Celia, not too far off, and Konir getting out of there, but look who's close by. Alkia, hello! Oh, wait, a missed shot! She can't go back for this one, and Monch just found Ancelia. This is getting sketchier, 2v2, and Alkia, hesitation now. You're not going to go for this on your own. Finally, support's coming in.
Munch is so far away, and KC, they know it. They want to speed up this retake. You can see Safia already pressing the issue, but Alkia with the op on her hands, it's going to be all Safia alone.
It feels like a weird 1v1, but Safia's won it. This plant is not for Munch. There's very little she can do trying to run, but Alkia lands the one that matters in the end. Safia's timing there to find that 1v1 was everything.
Beautiful stuff, and you love to see the communications coming through to press the issues, speed up the pace, and Munch, she found the opening kill, the equalizer towards that A, but that just gave the information to speed things up. And Konir, my goodness, she was always been there to be that kind of spear to make sure those trades go in the favor of Crew, but KC feeling themselves and regaining this momentum on this defense-sided map.
And look, as much as it feels like at times they've been streaky rounds, it's been close enough that one round shatters the bye. Back down to Sheriffs, one remaining rifle on Munch, and that's it. So what options do they have?
I like this move coming from Crew, though. They want to just slow things down, and this has kind of been their win con this whole time, this pack. Being able to heal up and get scrappy. And this round, I think they should be trying to collect orbs, get as many kills on the back of Dodds as possible, get that showstopper online at least one more time before the end of this first half. But no, they just want to explode.
Nice stall, really nice from Safia there. Yeah, Dodds can get ahead, but the rest can't really scale in at the same time, so slow down. Don't need to overextend. They can give up a little bit of space on this. Hold the deeper push through. No denial on plant. Okay, Glance. Fair play, man. What the hell? And now it's down to 3. This is tough. These post-plant positions, they're weird, but I don't know if they're going to be enough to be able to hold back this 5-play work back through from KC. GX still very heads up. There was a chance. And oh yeah, KC, 2 locked in. Konir, you're great, but you're not this good. KC, sweep through sight, 5 standing. And they are back at the door. Crew going to be held at that 5. And a lot of upgrades there. They're going to get the full house of rifles. And it's 5-5.
What a clean round. What a clean round, and that's exactly what you want if you're KC going out into the rest of this first half, especially considering how that anti-eco went for themselves. I mean, for them, they're looking at this woulda, coulda, shoulda been up 10-0 for them with this snowball, especially with how solid these last couple of rounds for them have been. And Safia, she's got a big decision on her hands. You can see she's in that position towards Vent. I think she's looking to pre-prop this ult in mid early, but this ultimate on Crew's side, on Michaela's back, the Sky Dogs, it's definitely going to make her have sort of back up, but no Viper ult and a missed shot to open.
A lot more awareness there that time. So early spot of where the operator's dedicated towards, but it's Glance who's been very good at handling a lot of that pressure through middle. Out of 2s or 3s she's found there. I'm just going to wait out the utility for now. A little bit of a pause for thought. There goes the drone, reconfirming attendance almost. That swing from Safia, but a step too late. Smoke off towards Heaven's side, but it's double stack on Vent here. Refight from Safia, but it's Dodds to double down. Crew win out the fight in middle and open up access. Seekers come in, Glance has to respect this, fall further away. Gives away Alkia's position too. They've got good info here, and they make the right choice.
And that's the first time Crew have won this mid-interaction in quite some time. Allows them to just pivot and open up to this free A site, and look at this post-plant position. Konir with the paranoia ready to set up Dodds.
Yeah, primed for this. Dodds holding. Forced off on the first. Still waiting as Konir. Second that they call in for this, that they feel that pressure. There it is. Doesn't quite connect though. There's GX looking to maybe par through Heaven. Konir's going to find that though. Connects the bullets, not the paranoia. That's just fine. Alkia and Glance. You kind of know this one's done here. And Michaela wants it done too. Just doubling down here. And survival is not going to be an option for KC. Crew taking back matters, and as you highlighted, first time we've seen them, I don't say cleanly, but win out in middle.
Yeah, coming out on top of those trades is everything for Crew, and I find it so funny about this Omen paranoia and how weak it seems, but either way, it makes the defenders reposition, opens up that line for Dodds to go on the line and win it, and yeah, that's a decisive round coming out for Crew. at least for the side of KC, they're still able to buy an operator, and this time it's not on the back of Alkia, it's on Celia's back. And look, she's just going to be that A anchor, sitting far back, not going to allow Monch to be any sort of rat, and there's that ultimate coming through here for Safia. Now, Crew, they have it. That was the first time really this half that they came out decisively in one mid. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. Konir gets caught trying to spam that invisible Tejo drone, and unfortunate for that.
Yeah, I guess it does still put a lot of pressure on Celia here.
There's a chance. I mean, Biazik might try to grab this orb at A main, double back towards, and perhaps try to res. I mean, you can see that Michaela is lingering around in mid, but Crew, they want to fully clear A main first.
Okay, so they've got an idea of where they're heading. There's still someone in middle, though. Keep your eyes on that. Michaela there, slowly working forward, and Safia gets caught. Okay, so the rotation's going to be slightly cut off here. They have options for this one. Dots are trying to keep them humble on CT, but what a shot. You're not meant to win that fight. And now the showstopper just going to clear sight and be like, hey, it's all good, guys. Plant going to be on the cards. And I mean, Crew made that look almost too easy, it felt like.
Definitely, I don't know how Monch got that shot off on the operator. At least for the side of KC, though, Glance has a pretty decent timing on this flank. It's going to allow GX to just eyes forward, focus front. And this Paranoia, it's got a perfect line to set up Glance, but she's so far away.
Yeah, it's at 1, 2, 3 seconds that she can't quite close in. Then now it loses that effectiveness. Spots out one by Scream, but it doesn't really matter by this point. GX now has to go huge in a 1v3 in these angles. Okay. Hard to undo individually, and eventually Michaela is there. Crew stabilizing well. Gotta say though, KC still looking pretty dangerous in this, right? This was a hard fought for first half. Good couple of rounds here to keep this one competitive. Crew will maintain the lead at 7, but it's far from over.
One enemy remaining.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Bombing 6 from a girl with the beach brow, 6'4", but he doesn't like to go down. Lives for the chase, but we shook him off somehow. Security, talking back with the girls at the front. I'm getting off with anyone that I want.
All right, Christine, you're getting pumped up in this halftime here. We can have a little look at the Coinbase Econ report, but tell me what you were saying there, because your eyes turned towards one player.
Absolutely. I'm looking straight at Alkia. They're swapping sides on the attack side now, and on the defense, she couldn't really get the ball rolling, get into that flow state. Now, on this attack side, there's a lot of interesting, fun, loose things that the Waylay can do. You can double dive into the missiles that Glance provides after she clears open an area. You can follow this Omen ult, or you can follow the Skydog. A lot of opportunities at her feet to find these opening kills. So I'm looking at KC to get loose here. Once they get that map control, be committed with Alkia on this Waylay.
And I actually didn't ask your prediction on this map. I don't normally do it, but I'm kind of curious which way you're leaning on this one.
You know what? It's really
close,
Crew
right?
are up
Like
7-5, but I gotta go with Crew. I gotta go with Crew.
You're sticking with that one. Okay, fair enough.
Sticking
All
with
right. I see that. Fair play. I don't normally ask predictions. I just like to put you on the spot every now and then. You know what I mean? Just add a little hatred.
That's fair.
Let's see how this goes. So it will be a little bit of a look towards Alkia throughout this half. How much play does she get on this? And it seems very direct. This crunch towards A. It's going through middle. It's going up ramp. And it looked like a desperation fight towards that A main approach. And now scaled down towards ramp. They're going for the fight again. Dodds winning out, though. Is a thorn in their side. Do they ignore it? Do they try and cross towards site? They do. And actually, they win the fight on heaven. Now Dodds is in a weird spot, right? Like, a little bit alone, maybe able to rejoin towards ramp here, but considering... Ow, okay, no, this classic. Oh! Oh, and Biazik just got GX. It's down to just Safia. How have we gotten here? Oh, Safia, this is not how you wanted this one to go. Your teammates leaving you all alone. Slowed out, paint shell put in. You gotta face the music and it ain't pretty. It's not playing your song, man. Hello?
Wait a minute.
Hello? Guys, guys. Whoa. Okay, it got a little bit scary there. I got a little nervous. It was just like slow creeping in.
Trusting that stage slow a little too much as crew, but aware as ever. I mean, I don't think they had any business winning this round, especially considering how this beginning portion went. I mean, what the hell happened to Michaela's bird? It was a little bit confusing. But man, Dodds, the way she just handled that dancing around, no armor, no utility, and fully blind. It's just, it's the power of the movement right there.
Apparently so. Yeah. Apparently so.
Fall into hips, Lauren.
I'm too old, Christine, man. I creep when I move these days. Stinger's coming out. We have a force buy coming in. And, well, Monch is set up to succeed, at least for one. Good trade from GX. Unwilling to relent. Taking that space. Does have the spike in towards middle, though, so it feels a bit sketchy, but for now, it's Biazik feeling a little uncomfortable, kind of left alone on the balcony ledge with Michaela to try and support. How does Casey want to go about this? They've got options here.
Yeah, communication's coming through for the side of crew, letting each other know that they did, in fact, force buy. I love the fact that Michaela is using the range, keeping it. Oh, the double team.
Okay, 4 more bullets from Michaela. Plenty in the mag. Zalkia's issues now start to compound, down on 47 HP, going to be overwhelmed. Crew sending a message here. Bullets to the body, and they are coming out swinging.
And Monch handled that round so well. I mean, sure, she only got that first kill, but she did so much damage and really disrupted Casey's idea of that fast opening. I mean, they force fought with Stingers coming into this round, and I mean, Monch is feeling good in mid, solo. We see Dodds just heating up. Konir has been an anchor. And look at the money on the side of KC. They're going to have to play this one with just Sheriffs.
Yeah, that feels incredibly hard. And now they can take a bit of a risk here in the bonus. Konir goes unchecked and just laying damage. The judge is shutting it down. Crew making it look all too easy, and it feels like Casey just wanted out of this round. Sheriff's just left littered on the ground, and the rest of the map now going to be surrounded. This is going to have to be a big turnaround from KC. They want this one to look competitive. Crew have set the bar.
You know,
what are you trying to do here, Christine? You trying to get him to...
You know, I would have loved it if Crew just sent Dodds in there. Activate your duelist. She's one off the showstopper. It would have been a fantastic bonus for them coming into this round 18. All good, though. All good. Everyone's got to heat up, Lauren. I mean, Biazik deserves that.
You asked for perfection, you know? that's my coach right there. Yeah, so Dodds is going to be one off. Actually, switching over to the judge, I wonder if we're going to see some aggression on that? I'm curious. So, essentially an extended bonus now. Still going to have a little bit more fire to it, a little bit more bite with that Phantom and Vandal now in hand. We'll see on the other side, KC, it's got to be off the rip, right? This is scary times. And the switch back on the weaponry, too.
A quick switch as well. Monch just teeing up Dodds, and we talked about that one being off showstopper. Dodds wants to linger around this mid. And this Viper Molly, great reaction to slow down any sort of attackers to try to follow through with that dog. Oh no. Ooh. Spammed.
Yeah, that's going to be frustrating. Monch has backfilled that space, so can make sure no one goes through this. But for KC, that's a great start in their minds as well. They're happy with that. Player to the good and Dodds removed as well. That's the potential ult off the cards if that had come in. So you now look to see what KC get up to. This slow look towards A. The pixel above being watched by Biazik. There aren't light shields, though. It is good damage, yeah, don't get me wrong. They can get these heals going, though. Again, still have that Sky there to top up a little bit of the health. Biazik trying to look for that next angle, that slightly deeper line. doesn't fancy tussling with that, so the site will fall into the hands of KC.
Michaela does have a flash right on the heels of Biazik though, and that's a beautiful blind.
Yeah, but she's still up close. Still getting personal, gonna find two. Kinnear the one to try and tilt those scales back a little bit by taking away Glance, but it's a 4v2. Kinnear and Munch, that's a lot of players to work through. Two over towards that ramp side, a little bit disconnected, two towards Pillar. Nasty little post plant to try and figure out. They're not getting much play. Yeah, KC not going to take any chances here. Don't want to allow any naughtiness. And Kinnear can take down one more, but three left standing. Decent enough, can still buy around this. And KC needed that.
They absolutely did, and three members on the side of KC staying alive at the end of it will help their finances as well. Crew, they got one more strong buy coming into the beginning portions of this second half. They've been the one in the driver's seat pretty much this whole map, especially after that second round loss from KC. A lot of risks in this first map so far, because in the second half, KC even force bought as well. So KC, I mean, both squads, it's been a bit of a hot potato of that driver's seat, but a huge swing round coming to this one. I love to see the operator on the back of Dodds.
I'm in for it. Played in a little on the corner too. Yeah, great shot as well. Safia going down is the first issue too. What are you meant to do with 4 right off the rip? It's so early to lose out on a player.
And look how fast and mobile Dodds is being as well. The line, the Viper wall getting cut off is going to allow Dodds to be free and arrive in time to wherever KC want to poke and prod.
And you almost feel good about it seeing that smoke coming in. Yeah, Dodds ever present in this, hard to avoid now. Highlighted perfectly by what you said. Safia going down removes a little bit of that worry. She has that freedom now to play the map. For KC, got to stay as the pack really, try and play this in, get some favorable trades potentially. But once again, look who's here. Dodds now set up once again. Hello,
ace
Dodds.
time.
You're just everywhere at this point. And yes, she wants it. She's chasing, showstopper out. It's good. 4 in the round. The crowd is commanding it. 1 bullet left to play with, and 1 player left to hunt down. And Celia on the run, and Dodds on the hunt. Can she get 5? She absolutely can. 5 kills. That is magic for Crew.
Dodds feeling good, getting into that flow state, and you saw right behind her, it's been Konir as a pocket omen this whole half. She was able to recollect and pick up that operator as well. Dodds feeling good, and oh man, these were such clean shots. She almost had 150 HP until this last kill where she just barely gets touched. I'll stand up, Munch.
Oh man, this has been good. 11-6. Crew, again, sometimes you look at them playing like, oh, I hope they're not too hesitant. I hope they don't have that slow start. It can get away from them sometimes. But when they find that gear, when they kick into it, the potential is so high. I mean, Dodds has been a treat to watch, and I think it kind of rolls back a little bit to what Mel was saying in that very short little clip we got at the start, but very underrated. I think you can overestimate others sometimes and kind of fall foul to that and maybe not give as much credit as they deserve, making so much danger in that lower bracket run. They've already really taken some names down there. So at this point, they're teed up to close out this map for KC. Another timeout to call here. But again, you can't avoid looking at the money at this point too, right? It's going to be a half buy at best. A couple of volts, but still not pretty. Kind of shut out of this half.
Yeah, 100%. When you watch a team like Crew, you can kind of see the inner workings and the evolvement and that growth going through in those kind of moments where they overthink scenarios like on this pistol round, but they're definitely heating up and kind of blossoming right in the nick of time, and it's up to KC to really apply that pressure. I mean, this is a perfect round to do it. A low buy round like this. Things can get really messy and really dicey, but Dawes is just, she's not slowing down, Lauren.
No, the confidence just keeps building. I was a bit worried when she was tucked into that corner that might get overwhelmed, could get punished. No, all good. No sweat. Still has tools as well, still has full kit of utility, no problem in that regard. And Biazik going back into this spot, nasty really, right? It frees up again, Dodds, new angle, new line, new position. So wherever KC want to maybe lean towards, it feels like they don't have that opportunity. So it just feels difficult. It feels very uphill for KC here. And again, maybe this isn't the round you'd expect them to have masses of impact in, but it's still a good chance. You needed a fight back. Certainly did need more confidence with Dodds at the very least. Maybe a chance to talk for KC. Mull things over, consider what they want to do into probably the final round if they don't get the ball rolling soon.
Yeah, and right now the inner clock for Michaela should be ticking away. She dogged earlier and saw 2 members. That bird doesn't catch anyone.
30 seconds
No
left.
flashes left for Michaela. She's got to land these shots.
Yeah, committed to the angle, waits for the swing. Kinnear comes in to try and bail her out. Better from KC, but Michaela still holds the line. Expects the wrap from Pillar, but they break in. KC making something out of nothing. Hold on! No! Safia goes down and Glance has to get involved. Crew just recovering at the very end there. I thought KC had a chance.
It looked like it. I mean, that molly from Monch barely just touching the toes and just ticking away with 10 seconds left. That was Casey's round on this scrappy low buy, and they handled it well. I mean, Dawes was able to find that opening pick, making things even more difficult, but I mean, the ride or die for Safia as well.
Oh, yeah.
That was Casey's round to lose. Crew, not sure how they busted that win out.
Oh man, all right. And sadly for Alkia, that just hasn't really felt there's been time until then. And it felt desperate. It felt a bit too isolated, a bit too individual. And now they're just going into what felt like a blender. Good trade from Kinnear to keep things on their side and now trying to do her own sort of damage. Leaving Dodds with a bit of different freedom. But does get caught. Here we go, hold on. Rez comes in, Dodds back on her feet.
Members in sewers.
I don't understand. I don't, oh. Time to run. I think they get out plenty of time in the end, but it certainly sends them scurrying towards Ancilia.
But they're just gonna kind of run into each other. This is such an awkward round. I love the reset from Crew though. They're tired of playing this weird game. They're gonna make KC make the move here.
Yeah.
That's huge info.
Yeah, Michaela can kind of play this corner, right? Buy some more time, 48 seconds. They're going into this 3-play stack. You get one, you get the trade, Dodds right back into it, back from the dead. But they're fighting forward, fighting together. 2 of them trying to work this out the wall. It's ambitious, but Bierzik finds safety and buys a little bit of time. Kinnear's now here. Bierzik no longer alone, but KC get on the site. Just about, we're looking for that plant. But Biezik's here fast, man. She is here quick as hell. And the temptation to push. Oh! No way! Where did that bullet just go? I don't believe what I just saw, Christine.
I don't even think that was on the player. That's ridiculous moves.
Nah, God is on Crew's side today. I've never seen that. 13-6. Outrageous ending. And they are loving it. They are lapping. He loves the sky, this guy. Talk to me about this map, because in my head, I've seen KC recently. It looked good, right? Eye test alone. Tell me how Crew's going to make this close, because you think this is actually a good opportunity for Crew here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and the desk touched on it as well, right? Crew have been studying KC, even though KC threw out kind of a curveball with this sky all of a sudden, and it definitely threw Shopify off their game. Crew, they should be ready for it. Now, we just watched Alkia kind of struggle on split on this waylay. So really, I'm looking at this agent in the hands of Dodds. What kind of game plan do Crew have on
Activate
the
it,
defenses?
yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited too. I want to see how that looks. Played in here, does it look as comfortable? Obviously, Alkia this time on that neon and going for the aggressing Crew. Send him away! Back-to-back damage and okay, I'll shut the hell up, my bad. Hold on, it's not done yet. There's a minute to play with. There's still a minute. There's so much time. The Spike is down in a bad spot, right? I kind of like they're staying as a pack. They're trying to like clear this, but the timing's everything. If they turn around at the wrong time, it's wrapped. Oh my God, how is this happening? Monch actually gets better damage on Safia, and Crew come out swinging. That's a statement start. Dodds got 2, Kinnear coming in with 2. I mean, they shut that the hell down.
They absolutely did, and it's the fact that Safia actually had a chance to even close this one out. Ooh, that was quite the flick coming out here from Monch's side of things, and it was the B flood on this map. It is such a good sign for your defenses if you can handle this B hit from the rip. KC definitely had the pounce, and you saw how quickly Alkia, the side of Neon with that slide. but the shots coming out for
They're
Crew just
landing, man.
landing. Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me you spilled something.
No.
No. Oh.
No.
Not the keyboard too. Not the keyboard. Oh, man. Oh, no, Al.
I hope it's not a sugary drink, because then...
Yeah, that could be... Yeah.
Yeah.
Backup keyboard, perhaps? Please? Oh, that looked like it tabbed out the game too. I'm worried. I do this so often as well. It's like, speaking to my teammates recently, we've been playing a couple other games, you know, grinding it out. I say someone, it's Hypoc. He spilled his drink all over the desk, right? I'm calling him out, because we got a second here. Now, he often goes for the spillage on the mouse pad though, right? The mouse pad. It's keyboard for me, which I think is objectively worse, because you screwed them.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
And keyboards are a lot
sippy
more
cup.
expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Now,
They
are
are.
you
I've got a
go
million
through the
backups.
process of fixing it, or just get rid of it?
I'm buying a new one. Buying a new one. I have just a graveyard of keyboards at this point. I need a personal sponsor, so if anyone's out there and they feel sympathy for me, hit me up.
It's fair. I mean, you've been in esports for...
I think I deserve a free
quite the few
keyboard at this point,
decades.
right? Like, I'm just saying, like, they've got crazy sponsors. Give me some of that. You know what I mean? We were just talking about this. Crew on the other side as well. Disney?
Disney?
Plus? Damn!
Yeah.
What the hell? At this point, it does look like it's getting kind of back underway-ish. I'm seeing, it looks like a ready check. You know, by my experience now, Christine, I can spot a ready check a mile away. I might be lying. I like to just like send that statement like it's full fact. It may not be. The delightful Totty has joined us, who is providing us with tea, and a beverage. Marvelous. Soft drink. Bear in mind, folks. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm clarifying. It looks like it was a ready check. See, I can smell a ready check in the air.
That intuition, Lauren. That intuition is a strong game.
Yeah, only with tech pauses. Nothing else in my life. However, first round fell to Crew, and it was explosive. It was landing some big boy shots here. KC got to come back out, right? They've got classics. Hopefully for Alkia, I'm not seeing any misclicks. That's what I'm mostly looking for. Oh, it's horrible to try and go B. Don't go B. Go anywhere but B.
KC trying it once again with this B hold, but Crew, they've already shown that they have a response. They have an answer.
No! What are we doing? Let him live. Let him live. Oh, this is... just get it done. Get it done. It's all right. Shake it off. Round 2 doesn't matter. It's only classics.
I would have expected actually KC to force buy this one, because we just watched them forcing on the first map in the second round, and they go for it again. This B pop. Trying once again with Alkia being that crosshair displacer, but Monch, she's just gonna keep getting challenged like this front B, where she can immediately respond with that molly. These multi-kill potentials is just gonna be constant for this player.
Okay, fresh start though, right? Round 3, basically round 1. Let's, you know, reset the mentality, because I really hope it's not another B pop. We're gonna look at the other sites on this map. The beauty of this one, they've got 2 additionals to this B site. So, is it going to be... Oh, okay, that's a little scary when you see that tether coming through and keeping them in place. There's going to be Dodds on the line. Great little connection towards Alki, who's not really getting into the game yet. And that's devastating. It feels like you can't get the ball rolling after a hard map 1. It would be nice to see her come in, hit that ground running. Not the case. So they're looking for other options here. They've left one posted in towards A long, but the rest eyeing up maybe C. There's still utility to clear.
And especially with no trade in sight, KC, they've got to just work the map, slowly dissect, try to take care of this Killjoy utility so that the defenders have to respect it. But this alarm bot, they didn't spot it. That is so unfortunate. Glance is lingering around, and if she just goes forward slightly, she will see it.
There it is.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's good. That's good for other rounds and everything else, right? You're doing your protocol list here. Go through the list of things you've got to achieve. There's still going to be the turret on B. That's fine. That's not a huge issue. But the Owl drone coming in, I don't know if it's enough to sell much these days. I'd be surprised if they rotate on
The
that.
fade over on Crew's side. Michaela just threw a Prowler down short A, and it caught no one. But they're still keeping
here.
3 defenders on this A site. KC probably think they have an opening.
Well, that paranoia is going to keep him very present now. Lovely reaction to Biazik can just get a couple of shots going down towards long. Dodds now played in. 13 seconds, not looking so lucky as Safia and Grelance are the last 2. They have no step towards sight. They have no access. It's 5 seconds. It's fizzled out here. The plan did not work out. 0 bite on that pressure towards C. You need more behind it, and Aldron's just not going to do the job these days.
And with no trade after that opening kill coming outside from Crew, it was just not enough. I think that maybe if Glance and Crew, well, if Glance and KC were on, if they were able to find that Killjoy utility a little bit earlier, maybe they could have set up GX to try to gain some ground, because we talked about that Fade utility coming out and catching nobody. We got to see KC kind of get loose and take up that space when the gap is at their feet.
Yeah, I'm getting worried though, because Alkia's off to a cold start. We're seeing Celia in a similar position. I need to see them heat up here. Just feel out the game. It's been uncomfortable, and already a switch up in util too. The alarm bot now posted towards that B side. We've got a very open Timmy. Gonna confirm there's presence here, so Karmine, stick around. That's a whole lot of bullets coming their way. Nice little smoke though, could play off this. Pressure now coming in, they've got access. Does have support from Monch though. Karmine able to reposition, play over towards Plat now. This is still not feeling uncomfortable for Crew, even though KC are very much knocking at the door. Are they just gonna walk this?
No flashes, they have to.
It's just too easy for Crew. KC, it's either early timeout or you come out swinging next round. I don't know what the plan is, Christine, but it's not looking good so far.
It's definitely not. For KC, they've got to look at Celia. You know, we kind of talked about it, the fact that she wasn't able to use any flashes because they were broke. It was a low buy round now. Celia was a huge factor in why KC was able to surprise Shopify. Her utility was fantastic. So I'm looking at Celia to set up Alkia for an opening pick. We've seen that attempt 3 times now with Alkia sliding through, and things just didn't go the way of KC. So they've got to reset.
Be right back.
They've got to gain that composure back. Look at this aggression from Dodds.
Yeah, they've turned up the tempo. GX does find Dodds though, so an opportunity beckoning. Because it could be a problem. Isn't dealt with. Good trades. KC keeping numbers and opening up an opportunity towards the A side. Monch has slipped through. Don't think she was spotted. Just to tuck towards Hell. The dog isn't going to clear. Oh, she gets played in. That dog didn't have time to go back for it, and there's hesitation on KC. Maybe a little bit of worry, and rightly so, because Monch is creeping closer. 1 kill found, and Karmine makes it in time. Devastating for KC, and a small mistake causing big problems.
And I just talked about the Sky utility and making it work to get the information to set up, but that is so unfortunate. You even saw that Sky Dog backtracking, going back around to just make sure, but running out of that timer. And Monch, she's just ready. She's been such an explosive part for the side of Crew, finding this momentum, finding these swing rounds, and she's able to just re-aggress. We've been talking about her all week, actually, on this Viper, being able to be that kind of crux so that you don't have to use as much utility. Just use the wall, slowly work your enemy, and re-aggress. And these repositionings coming out for Crew, really from the first map to this second, has been fantastic.
Yeah, I love what they did there in that 5th round especially. I love that they took a little bit of a gamble on this aggressive approach down towards A, just as KC would have loved to have settled in a bit, gone for that approach. Maybe, you know, happy to thwart away someone towards A long, but not that double down, triple down, and then the hesitation and that little bit of a mistake on the site, just compounding. Now, timeout is essential. KC need this more than anything, and it feels like it has to be a big mental reset too. Very oppressive start to things here, especially after this has been a solid map for them. Maybe feeling they could find a bit of security here after tense map 1, could come into their choice and have a good start. It sadly feels a bit like we've got a repeat, if not worse, of map 1 to an extent. Good control from Crew, aggressive start, controlling tempo, and well prepared. You were talking about that preparation factor that Crew were able to watch this, see this, get those tangibles down, and they seem very ready again for potentially this B approach. High-low setup. And I wait to see if that Viper util does come over, still towards C, so that's going to be instantaneous on the ult from Monch.
Coach Bebe and Biazik just putting in work. Look at this B control.
Yeah.
Every single time KC try to sniff, try to explode, Crew have an answer. This time it's a high-low setup, and they're rewarded with an opening pick. Look at the HP from Alkia as well. Crew are feeling really good. Viper's pit down. The perimeter, it's so strong. With this broken buy, I mean, KC, they've got to try to find an opening pick.
Yeah, it's on the back of an individual hitting a nutty shot, and it's hard with those stingers, right? Like, you don't have that same potential, and Alkia down so low as well.
There it
Gloves,
is.
that's what you wanted, though. A chance made off that. Biazik, though, going to backfill the space, try and brawl out for it. Notes no one else is behind it, so can slip away again. So once again, tilting those scales slightly further into the hands of Crew.
And Crew, they've kind of corralled KC to make the worst of the decisions. They think they want to go poke towards the C, but they just noticed the Viper ult, and they don't have any avenue right now. Viper's pit in front of them, an alarm bot behind them.
This is tricky. Come here.
Oh, that was so close.
I mean, great intuition from Alkia to even consider that, but sadly doesn't get what she needed, but down on 2 HP now. Frugal with the investment of that very limited health, but the timing, Christine, they just have to go in blind at this point.
Yeah, look at how Dodds is playing. She's not leaving anything up for chance. Checkmate positions. They know they can play this retake. They will let the spike go down, though. I don't like that. But Dodds, with this Waylay ultimate in her back pocket, she's always going to be able to use it if things get dicey.
Yeah, they have the emergency button to press. Alkia up close, trying to make something happen on 2 HP. It's so tough, and Dodds with the overkill. Operator comes in, good swing. Gaunt still digging deep here, doing what she can, but how can you deny Dodds doing that? Crew saying, screw it, we'll even this out, we'll come in with shorties. You're playing on pistols, we'll do the same. This is a blowout so far, 6-0. KC struggling here.
That dive, it's just too strong. And for KC, there was a couple of answers at their feet. I thought maybe Sophia would venture out a little bit and try to place this Killjoy ultimate down to buy them some more time in this post plant, but with that low buy and with those percentages not being as high as they feel comfortable with, they decide to hold on to it. Now, this attack side round, I mean, they've got 5 ultimates online for KC. They've been holding on to this Sophia ult for quite some time. They've got to combo these ultimates together to get into the site. This Seeker comboed with the Hunter's Fury should give them that opening.
But I'm seeing a mid-walk from Dodds.
Wait, somebody broke the turret.
Yeah, where was the help there? That feels a bit of miscommunication potentially. What? And now it falls to pieces. KC given a chance. In what I feel is a really fumbly round here. Crew not doing what they actually wanted, it feels like, by any means. So the B plant's in. Didn't have to burn every single ult. It's 2 out of the 5 that they had. The Gale's still trying to fight this out on the connector side, but where's that punch going to come from if Crew do decide to go for this? And not there. GX unwilling to give that up. So Michaela, the last one standing. KC, a small window of chance made out of a couple of mistakes here. KC want it done first on the board.
And that's huge stuff, KC. I mean, you give them an inch, they will take a mile. That's worrying signs for Crew. I mean, either way, they're going to be able to shake it off, but I am wondering where Mancha's wall was. It wasn't up. It gave Dodds just, I think, 3 shots of that turret, so a little bit wonky for Crew, but for KC, that's huge. They're able to hold on to 2 of those big swing ults I was talking about, and they are all grouped up towards this A. Usually when it looks like this is a fast opening, setting up Alkia with that Neon ultimate to be able to just ride or die into the A site.
Back in a flash.
Here we go, Dodds. Oh, outdone. Sophia this time, the one to do it. And in the meantime, Alkia taking the space up through short, through sewer. Michaela's spotted. Big work, good synergy, great damage from Alkia. Finally seeing them on the same page here on these explosive site hits. A fire lit under KC, and this should be a cancel, a call for a save.
They definitely have enough money to work with, and drop an operator into the hands of Dodds into the next round. So for Crew, they have to make sure there's no NA saving here. Get those guns and secure it back into the next. And for KC, the same thing for them. They don't have any room to mess around. They've got to make sure that this round is secured, and these last 2 rounds have been huge momentum swings, Lauren.
No, they are exactly what the doctor ordered. KC needed this badly, and the way that worked out, I really want to highlight what Anacelia and Alkia achieved then as well. You know, to the dog coming through, setting her up with confidence on the site.
Yes.
Nice little follow-up. That is exactly what we wanted to see, right? That synergy kicking into effect.
100%. And for Coach Bebe, for Crew side, I mean, they have been in the driver's seat. I think it's a good idea to call a pause here, just because that first round where Dodds didn't even get to play the game and gets taken out, and then this one, they just straight up lose the round in the beginning. So it's a tricky position as a coach to be in. It kind of depends on how your players are vibing out and what their comms are like. And it looks like for Coach Bebe, She might not have liked what she heard. She might have, I'm not sure. But either way, the timeout is here.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see when coaches do decide to go for things and kind of, obviously we can only guess sometimes what the comms are like, what the calls are like, what they've seen as well, and what they maybe want to switch up here. Because again, KC have found a load of success. It was a messy 7th round with a weird start. That stood out to us, that no one broke the turret for Dodds. It felt a bit out of sorts. 8th round though, that was actually purely off of KC in my mind, right? They worked hard for that. It was a lovely hit towards A. Now, if there's an adjustment to be had, a simple one, let's see if Crew have it. Let's see if they have something in mind they want to bring out here. A small adjustment to play with, because I'm already seeing Crew to a very different beginning as well, just on the starting positions here once that timeout does come into effect. And again, for KC, a couple of ults still to play with too. Glance has hers, Safia has hers, so we do have that lockdown and Hunter's Fury to play with. So a couple of pieces to keep in mind. But KC financially back in a good position now. Good finances behind them.
Yeah, it's been a huge swing momentum shift in these last 2 rounds. For Crew's side, they definitely can't afford an operator for Dodds, but they choose to go with the rifle instead. So that tells me that Dodds wants to get active this round. It was with the op that she walk pushed down, didn't get to play the round, so this time she wants the rifle to be able to get more loose. That Fade Prowler not catching anyone. This should speed up the attackers to gain this space, but they decide to use an Owl drone instead. I'm not a huge fan of using too much utility to get this A main control, but without a Viper, KC, they kind of have to.
And this time it's going to be Biazik back here. And the contact of potentially the Prowler, it's going to be close. There it is. So they know that they've lost towards that space, and it's a pop, it's a burst. And Biazik is unaffected so far, but will be revealed. Michaela on the fadeaway going to find Alkia. Not the same sort of scaling, not the same sort of pace. TP out. Michaela, what is that? 3 big kills, leaving KC in tatters, and it felt disjointed this time. Biazik getting away with murder, holding that position as long as she did, but still, this should be wrapped. Safia, you're in a 1v5 at 45 seconds. This round is a close account.
Yeah, and Safia is left scratching her head just like I am. That utility combo coming out for KC, that slam, it was so beautiful and well coordinated, but I don't know how Michaela handled all of that. I'm pretty sure she ate the blind. She definitely ate 30 seconds she ate a bunch of utility, but just making magic.
Yeah, I need to watch the replay because, again, Biazik, I think, got pinged as well. So everything was, it worked, right? Like, if you've run that, if you've dry run that, if you've theory crafted it, that's a tick in the box. But then when it came to just landing the shots or whatever it was, whatever happened, something failed, right? There was a failure in the system somewhere.
Oh, wow.
And Dodds is hungry for that, yeah. Get that gun away. Operator back in, hands in a flawless round. I've got to see this replay because it felt like KC did that right. And I'm kind of curious how the hell Crew was so ready. So here we go. Let's see it from Michaela's side. Catching Alkia just before the smoke popped. Ult comes in, gets 2, sure. And then a bit of an individual effort, but still, I thought they did everything correct then.
Absolutely. Man, that little crouch at the end there, at that 3rd kill around that truck, just matrixing those bullets and that crosshair placement. I hate it when your players crouch, but those moves,
hey,
you gotta love that individualism.
It works out, man. It works out. Crazy you hate that. A little donk slide that you start seeing come through more and more. But Dodds this time actually going to get a bit more attention early on. Pressure. Trying to make the most of this Hunter's Fury. Good information. And actually Alkia getting a little bit deeper. Glance does get the... Dodds? Howie? Dodds? I don't get where these kills are coming from. Because again, by all rights, KC are getting good info. They're getting good pressure. They're getting a good opening pick. But then... Biazik's gone away with murder here. Eats the flash though. Forced off the angle, should have been seen. Backpedaling, still a kill. I don't get this, man. They can't find a way in. Crew are shutting down everything. This is falling to pieces for KC. And you're watching it in real time. Glance, nah, that's as far as we go. Crew already up to 8.
And the sound cues coming through for the side of Crew. I mean, we talk about the sky, we talked about how much Celia was catching Shopify off guard, but as she's dogging from far back in A main, that gives enough time for Biazik to react. You saw her reposition with that operator, LOS that dog behind the truck, and she's just rewarded and gifted with these opening picks. Unfortunate for KC, especially how things started towards the C side. I mean, it looked like they could have picked off Dodds. It was a beautiful ultimate from Glance as well to start things off. But Crew are handling everything. well. The combinations coming out for KC, it seems like it's not hitting, even though it's layered.
Yeah, that's the map part. They are finding these small windows to play into. Dodds, credit on that one too. Have to say, he handled that pressure on C really well, but again, Alkia gets a little bit deeper, gets posted up towards Garage. We can see where that alarm bot is. It won't be the first time they've run into that either, so I wonder if there's some awareness in the back of Alkia's mind, but still. Oh, that's a nice shot from Safia. A dry fight, a little bit risky, and now Alkia in danger. Stuns coming in, trying to just play her life here. Can she live? She can. Gets away. The crew going hunting, getting aggressive again. Too many targets for Dodds this time. Playing as a pack, KC keep 5 standing.
And that was huge. I can't believe Alkia is able to get away from that mess, even getting full HP from her teammate in Sky. This should make this post plant solid. Look at this crossfire. High-low setup on the logs. 2 players watching these tunnels. For crew, they want to collect some ult orbs for Michaela. Ruin some money.
Yeah.
They try to secure the last.
Yeah, they can give it a go. You don't really blame them on that front. GX going to find Monch, so that is a loss in that front, and I think crew might call it on that. Yeah, Michaela just going to sit pretty deep here. May spot one if they do decide to go that far, but I doubt they'll explore much further on C long. So, KC giving themselves a bit of buffer, and that felt a little bit more directed approach again. Good take towards C. Very surprised that Alkia was able to survive in Garage. That was incredibly pressured. So I'm sure we'll watch back with Safia. Just a clean kill here.
Starts off with that, yeah. That opening pick, I mean, if Safia wasn't able to find that, the whole round, Biazik was on that long line of A main with that operator. This time around, for the last round of this half, she passes that op over towards Dodds, and she's rinse repeating on that long C angle once again. None of the members of KC are going to be testing the issue over there, though. And Biazik has been such a nuisance towards this short A. Reset.
Whoa. Does have the chance to get out of there. Yeah, okay. So going to limit further information because the dog gets burned just to force her away, and she still gets room to play. So they don't get as much control as maybe they'd want.
Yeah, but Safia is inserted down here, and she's got the Killjoy ultimate in her back pocket. I love the misdirect. We've seen this from KC before. They want to poke towards this B, but Dodds is reading it so well.
A 1-for-1 trade is not as bad as it could have been. Great work from Alkia to keep that even close into hand. 4v4. Plant is next. They want to try and get control of that A connector. Kinnear catching Safia, trying to get back to the back. And Celia is now on a bit of an island. 4-4 and Monch too aware. Crew are ready. They were waiting for this. Playing deeper towards that side of Con. And now Alkia asked a lot of here. Having to double down. Oh, that's a shot. Oh, couldn't quite get the connection, that control. And there it is, overwhelmed in the end. Kinnear hitting some magical shots. And crew looking deadly. I'm worried for KC now. That is 9 rounds in hand for crew. Very prepared for KC. After what should have been a stronghold here on Haven, it is looking like they've got the read, they've got the idea, and they are so close to walking away in a comfortable position. And as you can hear, all good spirits on their side. And we'll be handing over to the safe hands of the one and only Jen Lee.
Hey guys, Jen here with Suga. 9-3. Looks like they're doing it, but we also witnessed a huge comeback earlier today. So, do you think they can close it out?
Yeah, it's only a few rounds. Even though the fans from Karmine Corp are so loud here in the arena, we know crew can do it. We have the Latam energy here too, so they're gonna close it up for sure.
오늘 사실 9대3이라는 리드를 갖고 있지만 저희가 또 직전 매치에 엄청난 역전극을 보기도 했잖아요. 그래서 9대3에서 이대로 승기를 이어갈 수 있을까요? 라고 물어봤더니 지금 KC 팬들이 너무 열정적으로 응원해서 좀 시끄럽기는 하지만 그래도 크루 팬들도 만만치 않게 열심히 응원하고 있기 때문에 9대3에서 문제 없이 이 경기 승리로 끝낼 수 있을 거라고 얘기를 했습니다. 마모.
I wish my memory was ever good enough to translate however long Jen Lee does. At that point, she's just spitting bars. She could be saying anything. Was she being accurate, Christine? You are my translator's translator.
Yes.
I feel like you're lying to me. I don't know. They've made a pact. But 9-3, curse or not, Crew look prepared, right? And it doesn't feel like just like a straight anti. It feels like they just know how they want to play this, how they want to approach it. Again, dealing with the side hits that look good too, right? KC's side hits weren't bad. They had nice scaling util. It seemed to be doing the job, but Crew just handled every aspect.
Individuals stepping up and handling it so well. I would argue it definitely, the ante is playing a role. I think this pistol round on the attack side will show us a lot. I'm already seeing a very interesting buy to start things off. This waylay has been such a point of curiosity from me, especially at this event. For me, I'm looking to write some notes down, jot it down, go home. Yeah, I mean, I love this waylay so far, and it's been really Dodds that's made the waylay at this whole event look as good as she has, maybe Dodo Nut as well, but I mean, this frenzy in the back of in the back pocket of Dodds' hands, that's definitely indicating to me that Crew, they want to go fast and they want to send Dodds in there to just wreak chaos.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on that. Obviously, the Coinbase Econ report there at the bottom of the screen, you can take a little glance towards that. Obviously, anytime Glance is in the server, I will be saying her name by accident several times over. However, it is good to see what these compositions look like, how these players are kind of choosing what they want to approach with. As you said, the waylay coming in and becoming more and more effective and seeing what the capabilities are. These GC teams had to kind of adjust on the fly pretty quick coming into this tournament. They didn't get a massive amount of lead-up time, so credit to them for kind of constructing these new concepts and ideas. We will be jumping into this one now, and eyes, certainly for me, will be on Dodds. What does she get set up with? How does Michaela play her in on this one? What does that frenzy do? It's going to be pacey, I'm sure. There's already Alkia going to get that first spot towards them. And Celia going to back away and not sit too deep on this. Casey need this pistol.
I love the pathing that Dodds is going as well, going towards that long A instead of short A with the rest of her teammates. Good distractions coming up, and as soon as they get contact at short A, you can expect Dodds to speed up the issue.
Yeah, and with that C's coming in,
there it is.
The theory was there that just landing that final blow didn't quite happen, but the rest of the team picking up the slack. Biazik down low, but still fine for the plant. They've got security at least for this. Now, down to GX and Safia. Can't quite make it out of that CT push. Already held back, and the numbers too solid for Crew. And that might just be the first nail in the coffin.
Drilled, just drilled and synergized. Crew, you know, we've been talking about how fantastic their set pieces have looked all tournament long. Whether it's a low buy, a pistol round, or a bonus round, this team is prepared. And they've got a very thick strat book, and it's looking fantastic. I mean, Dodds, that takes so much synergy. We were talking about the lack of time for all of these teams coming into GC. It's impressive to see such an explosive opening for Crew. They're rewarded for it, and a force buy. KC backs against the wall. They've got to make this round work.
Yeah, and they know it as well, right? Force buy coming in, stingers are out. Dodds straight on the Vandal, though. That's scary. And now Dodds takes a look, doesn't see too much on that. They were playing kind of deeper on site, but still, early attempt made. No overreaction yet. I'm also keeping an eye on what Monch is up to too. Over towards A, slowly creeping up, taking space towards A long. Again, a double stack towards Sewer.
So aggressive, and you can see the stark difference between both these teams' comps. Crew have that Viper in their pocket, so they're able to get this A main control without using any utility. Just shadowing Monch's space.
Oh no, this feels like I've seen this one before. Glanzo trying to backpedal away, play towards quad. They're clearing sight. There's not much comfort here though. KC trying to dig in, trying to really hold on some space. And actually Crew not looking too comfortable until then. Dodds slicing through them, and Crew finding comfort in high pressure scenarios. 26 HP, an upgrade to a Bulldog. And Celia would have to do something miraculous in a 1v2. The Outlaw, one bullet from that would do the job here. Biazik waiting. Patience pays off. Crew making it through the trials here, up to 11, within touching distance again.
And you can see the communications coming through there at the end. Everyone on Crew telling each other how low HP on Celia was. Just those forward aggressive angles, not leaving any room for KC to make that 1v2 a possibility. And it all came down to this A main fight, right? It was very similar to what we witnessed on Pistol. The pathing is mainly towards this long A, not towards short A, and it's just a distraction there. They're just keeping these defenders like a moth to a flame, distracted towards short A.
I really like it. Again, with that fade util, kind of that C's coming in, the Haunt as well. But actually, it's Ancelia to find Monch this time, so don't forget about that. It ain't over yet, and a quick evacuation of the site. I like that read too. Not going to stick around on your own. Safia with a good consideration, but Crew get the plant in, right? Bonus round for them, still looking deadly. Still going to have Vandals, still going to have util as well. Paranoia with Biazik. Going to have the Prowlers, the C's. Dodds posturing up towards that CT side, making them burn some of that util early on this retake.
Yeah, doing the taxing really well. Now the defenders don't have much left, but that pick is going to open up the round.
It certainly does, until Michaela might have just shot it. Oh, what? Kanir the one to find Alkia, and they're just scaling back, step by step. KC feeling, seeing, witnessing the door shut on their faces here. Crew pushing up to 12. KC desperately trying, but there is so little left in the tank.
And that's just adding salt to the wound to just witness one of the players running at you with the shank. It was Crew, it was Monch that got that fantastic knife kill in front B just a couple days ago. And man, this retake gets sloppy for the side of KC. Crew, Dodds doing so much work. I talked about taxing that utility in spawn, but just quickly repositioning, resetting, getting back into the site and using that spike as another teammate.
Find you.
Beautiful work for Crew. And this buy, it's just one more chance left for KC, and it's a broken one. A couple Guardians and a couple Bulldogs.
It ain't pretty, but it's all they got to work with. Time to try and dig deep, find something to bring out here. Alkia being brave. Takes the walk down C-Long, takes some space, but then you look at Glance. Alone at quad, support disconnected. Safia, it'd be a risk even to walk out on CT. Kanir's gonna find Alkia, that was on that C attempt. Dodds contacting up on site, basically slipping the net. There's still an issue of Glance though. Does get handled on the trade, a 3v2, and Celia and GX to try and save the day. But look at the space, look at the spike. They've cancelled on A because they have everything they need on the other side of the map.
And you saw Michaela even adding in that Fade ultimate to really sell the issue here. Ponier's already placed a Killjoy Molotov. Nano Swarm on that spike as well. It's going to make this retake so tough. KC, they've got to clear every corner as they come through this spawn. Nothing is safe.
You can see it. You can see that worry. You can see the caution having to be displayed. They have no util really, the gun in the hand, and that's all they've got. And the problem is that Michaela's gonna hear this. Kanir lands the shot and finds a follow-up. Crew handing out heartbreak on Haven as KC can't get past 3. That lower bracket is all theirs. They are terrifying down there.
Absolutely, and Dodds, I mean, all of Crew right now, they look so cool, calm, collected. It felt like from the start of this series, every member of Crew believed that they were going to win this 2-0. They make it look so casual at the end here on Haven.
Because you have